Hello, I'm Peter Judd. I'm the Dean of Chelm'd and I'm the Dean of the Cathedral here. What we're trying to do here, amongst other things, is be of help to our Bishop Stephen. The importance and centrality of prayer and the reading of the scriptures. And so we've taken that up from him and are trying to encourage everybody with all that.
Our lives should reflect the beauty and the goodness and the profligate love of the risen Christ. Why? Because Christ is risen from the dead and therefore everything is changed. And what we need is that inner transformation, that inner beauty which radiates in a beautiful life. And it is available to those who turn to him and put him on. Amen. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Happy Easter.
Thanks, happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Happy Easter.
Well, I think the great thing about this is that people, when they see it on the outside, it looks like a normal East Anglian town church. But when they come in, they're absolutely astonished because it's so light, it's so colourful, it's spacious, it's absolutely not what they expect. And also, now a remarkable collection of modern artworks here. The main entrance to the cathedral now has automatically opening glass doors. And when they approach them, they open. It gives the message we want. It's approachable, it's welcoming, it's inclusive.
As I came in the door, I was amazed by how wonderful it looks. Chelmsford Cathedral seems to be a very peaceful and tranquil building.
When people visit this place, I often see them walking around. For instance, I saw one person who was really looking carefully at the artwork, the Tree of Life by Mark Caslett and so on. And then I said to them, have you noticed the icons? And they hadn't, because they hadn't looked up. So the four huge icons up there fit so well that they assume they've been there for generations. The icon on the other side of that arch, which is 12 feet tall, of the risen Christ, hadn't noticed them. So I was able to point those out. Sometimes people don't realise they're new. To have Chelmsford as a city also helps to kind of lift the confidence.
I think that being a city will draw a spotlight on Chelmsford, which it deserves to have. It's a really interesting and important town, and the cathedral is an important part of what is now a city.
People say that this diocese is like a little microcosm of the Church of England, in that everything in England you can find here in this diocese. So here we are in the second biggest diocese in the country, and here we are in the middle of a city, a cathedral city. It's all good.
I think we're really lucky to have a volunteer workforce that does offer so much time and talent to the cathedral. It's a remarkable service that they give very freely, and it's enabled the cathedral to offer this tremendous ministry. My wife is involved with the Flower Guild, and they're delighted to have people to help, maybe with the flowers just 3 or 4 times a year. So it could be from quite a small commitment up to a very significant commitment, and it enables us to do just so much. Gosh, how to get involved with the cathedral? I would say, firstly, come along and worship with us, because it is a worshipping community. You know, the gospel should be at the centre of what we do here. And I think it genuinely is.
We now have a Welcome on Wednesday, which is a cafe set up for all sorts of people to come in, and the people who run it are specifically chosen so that if somebody wants to talk or needs a bit of help, they're there to listen.
Be prepared to introduce yourself to people who are around and explore what goes on. Ask about what the activities are. Ask where the needs are. And there always are needs. Although 400 people are involved in volunteering, there are always unmet needs.
A couple of weeks ago we had the Passion Play, and so the seating was all removed and raked professional seating was put in. And we did the second part of the medieval mystery plays, which is the Passion. And my wife and I were roped in to be disciples. We were told we just had to have our feet washed, no speaking parts and so on, but of course it didn't work out like that, because you've got to turn up to all the rehearsals. Then I suddenly realised I was enjoying it, because actually to get into that story with a group of people and see it unfold and acted out is fantastic.
In a couple of years' time we celebrate the centenary.
For our centenary in 2014, when the cathedral's 100 years old and the Diocese of Chelm'd is 100 years old, I'm hoping that we can commission from Mark Cazalet a piece of engraved glass to go in St. Seth's Chapel opposite the engraving of St. Peter in St. Peter's Chapel. So that would be something to mark the centenary.
It is very difficult to define my role, but I guess, I mean, the clue's in the title. It's to minister to young people. And I guess my job is, I mean, there's two aspects of it. One is to represent the church to young people and to kind of represent the love of Christ and the inclusiveness and the welcoming of the church. And the other thing is also to represent the voice of young people to the church. From year 6, which is the last end of primary school, all the way up until kind of sixth form and even, you know, the first few years of university. So it's about engaging with the rhythm of the church and the worship in the church and that type of thing. 99% of my job is good fun, you know, because the way that I'd explain Chelm'd Cathedral is actually it's a really positive mixture of the old and the new. It's actually also quite modern in terms of the people who are here and the humanity of the place. So young people are involved in the service, you know, there's space for young people to do things. A huge part of my job is my own faith, actually, and my own spirituality and my own engaging with the rhythm of the church and praying and that type of thing. Yeah, I do love tea. I have quite a big tea collection, and I buy loose leaf tea because I'm a snob from Whitholt.
Christianity has always been a singing faith, and music really matters, and it's wonderful in a place like this, which doesn't have a choir school, that recruits children and others from the locality, is able to have music of such fantastic standards and variety. When I got here, the cathedral was barely computerized, and things like a website was thought to be a bit of a bird of paradise, if you like that kind of thing. Whereas now, the centrality of the website as a way of communicating with people and access is taken for granted and really, really important.
We need to be innovative as well as traditional. Week by week and day by day, we are open here at the centre of the city, and that's very important.
Like other cathedrals, we seem to be doing all right. It's all good.